Coming up on this week's episode of the podcast, the new President of the United States has been confirmed officially after God knows how long. My boss found my Onlyfans. Tom and Jerry, and more. All this on this week's episode of...
Help! I'm stuck in a podcast!
Get out my way.
My name is Fraser.
My name is Kai.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Fraser?
Yeah, pretty good. It feels like it's been forever since we've done this. Last week was a community episode. The week before
I was dead.
You weren't here. And then it was like 3 weeks ago. That was the last time we actually did a proper episode.
I know. How weird is that? Well, I might as well leave.
Yeah, bye, Kai.
Alright, bye.
Oh dear. Well, it's just me now. So I'm hiring, so yeah, if you want to apply for the new co-host position, just send in a tweet saying weef and I'll consider you. Anyway. Yeah, lots happened since everything went down.
It has. It has.
Yeah.
There's been a few things.
One of them, one of the big things being the United States has had a change in president. Not officially yet. Still needs to be inaugurated, but been voted in, which is interesting. Yeah. Which is very, very interesting.
See, he's got, Mr. Joe Biden, he's got a big challenge now.
Fixing everything.
Well, yeah,
and continuing, there were some positives. You cannot deny there were some positives, but fixing everything that wasn't fixed.
Yes.
It wasn't known as COVID, being the main thing.
Yes. And, I mean, the biggest thing as well is currently the country is very split. Like 50-50.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
52-48.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I mean, we had that ourselves 3 years ago, coming up to 4 now.
What, for Brexit?
Yeah.
That's got to be 4 years ago. It's got to be over 4 years ago.
I think it was mid-2016, which was the vote, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about July, I think.
God.
August, maybe.
Feels like it's forever ago.
It does. It was ages ago. But, I mean, we've all lived with it, and then we've kind of got on with stuff. So, surely, you'd hope that would be the case over there too.
I guess the thing you forget is we have actually left the EU.
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't feel like it, because we still abide by their rules and stuff during the transition period. But next year, that's when shit's going to hit the fan. That's when it's all true and in place. Yeah. Anyway, that's politics. We fucking hate politics.
But well done, Joe Biden.
Yes, well done. You've done the thing.
I said it a few weeks ago, and I'm going to say it again. The biggest thing that stands out between the two of them. You ready? Mm-hmm. Joe Biden smiles. That was the biggest thing that stood out for me. He has a laugh, he smiles, and he seems confident as well.
As opposed to Grumpy Trumpy. Smiley Bidey.
Grumpy Trumpy and Smiley Bidey. Oh, what a name. But I'm excited to see the differences that you're going to see over there soon, if that makes sense.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in until the 20th of January. Trump is still tweeting every single day saying that he's won, even though it has been proven that everything that he said has basically been said it's false.
It's so much so that it's now a meme on Twitter for people to tweet in the format of where the tweets get flagged, saying official sources stated that this is false and misleading.
Yep.
And I love it.
So, I like it, but I hate it.
Fair enough. Another thing which has changed, though, Kai, you've leveled up.
I've leveled up.
How was your birthday?
Oh.
How old are you? I mean, what level are you on?
21!
Way!
God,
how was your birthday?
Imagine it. You know what I did on my birthday?
Nothing.
Absolutely fuck all. Not very easy being in a lockdown for your birthday. You got lucky because you just missed it, I'm pretty sure.
Let's be real. If lockdown wasn't around, would you have done anything? Other than a restaurant, at most.
Probably not, no.
But it does suck not being able to go out to a restaurant, at least.
Oh, yeah. It kind of sucks just not being able to do anything. I mean, I ended up working. Did a video for Jack on my birthday last week.
That's what I was really surprised about. I'm surprised you didn't even give yourself a break.
Well, I was gonna, and do it the night before, and then I just didn't.
Fair enough.
I got half of it done, then I was like, I'll do the rest in the morning. And I did the rest in the morning. And yeah, so that was my birthday. Did a stream.
Nice.
Got some nice presents from the PO box and whatever else.
You did?
Queen still sat behind me with all her beans.
I still find that mad.
Oh, me too. See, it's all because of that video idea that I had. I'm still not going to say it because I probably will do it at some point, but I'll wait until it's...
Wait until the beans are expired and they're not usable. Then you have a reason to not feel
something
bad.
like that, you know? That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Or I'll buy like the really cheap minging beans, you know?
Or Tesco's own.
No, like Roswell or whatever they're called. You know, I saw in Tesco they've got big bottles of like Coke, for example, but they're 17p bottles, and you just know they're going to taste
horrible.
disgusting.
That is
like,
the worst.
It's the ones that they kind of sell in school, isn't it? You know, like if they ever sold them in school.
It's the ones which have just a white label which says cola on it, and you know it's bad because it says cola.
Yeah, rather than, you know, branded okayness. Like,
exactly.
You know Pepsi's fine, you know Dr. Pepper's fine, you know Coca-Cola's fine, and then everything off of that sort of goes, eh.
When it's just cola, it isn't Coca-Cola. You cannot have it.
No. But, yeah, maybe I'll do something like that in the future with them. But otherwise, if anyone wants some beans, or if anyone knows where I can donate some beans that are close to my house, even though no one knows where I live, please let me know.
Yeah, there's got to be a food bank nearby.
See, I searched for one, and there's none.
Is there really no food banks? That's crazy.
There's no food banks. Like, I'm tempted to, like... I know that in, like, Canterbury, for example, yeah?
Yeah.
In the tunnels there's generally a homeless person. And I was thinking, oh, they might enjoy some beans, but what are they going to do with them? They can't cook them.
Exactly, yeah.
So what am I meant to do?
Nah, it needs to go to a food bank, really.
It does, but there's just no local ones. I think the closest one is like London or something like that.
God, no way.
Yeah. And that's...
Weird. What? Unless you donate it to a church.
I could donate it to a church.
Because churches usually reach out and support people who are vulnerable and stuff.
Oh, you know what? I have just searched, and there is actually one in Canterbury.
Perfect. Sorted.
So, there you go. Otherwise, yeah, churches would do it too.
Good idea.
Yeah, because I think that's a better idea than, you know, wasting them.
Oh, for sure.
No chance am I going to eat, you know. How many have I got? I gave a 6-pack to my dad's partner.
Fair enough. What was that, a birthday present?
Yeah. And I've now got 45 cans of beans left.
Bloody
no chance
hell.
am I eating 45 cans of beans.
No way.
So, I'll definitely donate some to like a food bank.
It's quite an odd problem to have, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the biggest problem is they're just sat behind me. There's no room in my cupboard, so they're just sat in my room. And now I've got the Queen guarding the beans.
Queen Bean.
Queen Bean.
Or the Bean Queen, either works.
Otherwise, my birthday was alright, I guess, thanks.
Good. Glad you had a good one.
Thank you, Fraser. You know what? There's something that I'm really excited to hear from you.
Go on,
I
then.
got your message this morning, and I would love for you to talk about it as well today.
Go on, then.
Your boss
Mm-hmm.
found your OnlyFans. Please explain to all the viewers.
The thing is, it's not false. It is completely true.
Yeah.
So, here's the context for those of you that don't watch the channel or have somehow stumbled on this thinking, oh my god, what a story, I want to listen to this. First of all, I upload videos on YouTube. Right, there we go. That rules out everything to do with people who don't know who we are. Second of all, one of my most recent videos uploaded to YouTube was I got banned from Onlyfans. And in that video, I decided to create one of those pages dedicated to only posting fans, which is the lovely, blowy, sometimes warm, sometimes cold. Warm if you got the nice, good ones. Oh, wow.
Good ones.
Shush! I don't know why that happened.
Good ones.
But yes, the good old air circulators, those fans, uploaded onto one of those pages. I put in loads of effort, absolutely loads, and then I got completely banned from the site, and they wouldn't let me upload anymore without an ID, and I tried submitting an ID, and they said no, and then they said, right, well, you can't post anymore until you have an ID, so I tried submitting an ID, they said no, and I was like, well, I can't do anything else, so I got banned. Now, this morning, I received a phone call from a manager. Because I submitted a request to purchase something using company expenses for somebody else. And it was just like a small technical related piece of software. But for every purchase you make, you need to get approved by your manager. So I said to my manager, I need this. And he's like, yes, okay. And then he connects that to my computer so we could put in the card information and buy it. In the process, we were just having a casual chat. And then he basically said, along the lines of this, because he already knew I had a YouTube channel. I mentioned it in my CV that I went into Minecon, which is a convention based around Minecraft, and said that at Minecon I hosted a panel presenting a topic based on something. So they knew that I already had a channel. Anyway, so curiosity killed the cat, and my boss decided to search up last night to see if I still had a YouTube channel. Just, I guess, you know, when you just have one of those random thoughts like, oh, let's see how this is getting on. I guess he had that. So he searched it up and he's like, oh, I saw you change your name. And I was like, yeah. He's like, what does IRL mean? I was like, oh, it means in real life. I just prefer doing things unrelated to the old cringy gaming name. He's like, oh, yeah, that's cool, that's cool.
The old cringy gaming.
He was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I watched your latest video and I was like, which one? He said, your Onlyfans. And I was like, oh no, there is no way you've got to watch that. That's embarrassing. And then he basically only said good things about it. He was like, I was just really curious, especially considering the nature of that site. And I was like, what, have you been on there? And then he's like, no. Anyway, so he watched the video and he said he really enjoyed it. He said he really enjoyed like the editing for it. The jump cuts, the music, just generally how it was portrayed as a video, and he just thought it was hilarious. And I was like, oh, that's really good to hear, but I can't quite completely ignore the fact that my manager's just found my OnlyFans. That's just so fucking weird. God, not in a bad way. If you're listening, my manager, not in a bad way.
When he's listening now.
Yeah, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this as in like it's so weird to say my manager about my OnlyFans. Obviously, it's not serious. Everyone knows that the page was never serious. I don't mess with that. It is literally a joke-related page, but it's so weird to hear my manager say, oh, I found your video about your OnlyFans page. It was good, though. I was going at myself during the call and I had a laugh after as well.
Good. That's what you need, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it is funny. It is a very funny thing to say. I've got no problem with him watching a video at all. He's fine to watch any of the videos. It's just, yeah, I completely forgot that... They knew about the channel, and well, when professional lives mix with my personal life, especially when I'm uploading content like that, you know, it gets a bit risky. But it was all good. And yeah, now I've got a story to take away from it. And this is the title of the podcast, because why would I not make that the title of the podcast?
Oh, I even said before we started, you have to make that the title.
It's got to happen.
It has to be. It's just such a good title.
Yeah, so here we are. That's exactly what happened.
Make a video about it as well.
Oh, well, see, I could, actually.
Good clickbait. My boss found my OnlyFans.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. We'll see. I've got a few things lined up, so maybe in like a few weeks.
Yeah, good plan.
But
that was a great story, though. Well done, Fraser. Well done.
God, it's just so weird to say that. But hey, there we go. You do get a
What a
funny story
life.
every now and then, and that's probably the funniest story of the year, to be honest. Not a lot's happened this year, but I think even if things did happen, that's easily the funniest story to take away from this year.
100%, 100%.
Oh man, it's just so strange. Anyway, moving swiftly on to some other topics. I'm a Celebrity started again this week, Kai.
It did. And have you been watching it much?
I have. I watched both the first and the second episode, and I got plans to watch the third one tonight as well. The fourth one, as when this goes out yesterday. When this goes out tomorrow, yesterday would have been the third one, but fourth one.
Yes.
Shut up, Fraser. What do you think of it?
You know what? Not as bad as I was expecting.
What were you worried about?
Well, obviously, with Corona, there's not as much they can do. Like, you can't really have, like, you know, tarantulas everywhere, for example, in a big room, realistically, because it's just not really a thing in the UK. Whereas in Australia, they are in the wild, and, like, the worst thing for them at night is the coldness, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas out in Australia, they could get hit by rain, they could get hit by... they're going to get hit by rain anyway, they're in Wales. They could also get hit by, you know, there could be a snake appear in their camp, there could be huge tarantulas appear in their camp, and all this other stuff, and they're actually outdoors, whereas this time they're indoors, you know?
For everybody that doesn't know what I'm a Celebrity is, what is it? What would you say is your best description of I'm a Celeb? Because obviously we tweet about it, and there's like a bunch of Americans who are like, what?
So it's a I guess it's kind of like a reality show. It's not a reality show, but it is. If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
basically, you get 10 celebrities to start off with. Usually UK based. Sometimes they get the odd one from outside. Like they've had Alfonso from Fresh Prince. They've had Caitlyn Jenner last year. So they get put into a camp for 3 weeks, and the audience votes on them to do trials for the first week and a bit, I think.
And what do the trials consist of usually?
Oh, it could be anything from like eating a cow's anus to, you know, being covered in snakes, being covered in spiders, cockroaches, you know, having your helmet in a big bunch of cockroaches and whatever else. Today, for example, is the eating trial, which will be interesting. Because I'm sure we're going to get a couple of gags.
Definitely.
And basically, the trials they do, they're basically trying to get a meal. They're competing to get a meal. So,
Yeah.
I think that they get a total of 10 stars. I think the more stars they get, the better the food is.
Yeah.
I'm not really too sure how it works.
They do have like a base diet anyway, so if you don't get the stars, so in these challenges you make progress throughout them and you try and get as many stars as possible. Essentially 1 star, you could count it as like 1 meal for a person. So
Yeah.
the stars don't necessarily always reflect the quality of the food, but they also reflect the quantity of the food. So if you were to get so for example last night, the quality of the food wasn't good because it was eel. They all ate cooked eel, but there was a lot of eel for everybody to be able to eat it. Whereas if they only got like 2 stars, for example, they might have like a little treat to go with their rice and beans, but it wouldn't be a lot.
That's what we forgot to mention. They get a general diet of rice and beans every day.
Exactly, yeah.
But
So-
not much. It's like, I don't know, a small pouch each. Basically.
It's like a ration, basically. So
Yeah.
enough to keep them going healthily without torturing them, but not enough for them to be completely happy. So it kind of gives them that little bit of edge to, you know, put in the effort, deal with the bugs and all of that shit, all of the stuff in their trials to try and get those extra stars. And so as Kai said, they do these eating challenges. And it's going to be interesting because there's this one... do you know what? I only know 3 celebrities so far.
Yep, go on.
I only know Jordan North, who has not made a good reputation of himself. Literally just arriving, looking down the side of a cliff and then puking in the bush.
But I feel like he's the favourite now. Him and Shane.
But he's the favourite, but he's also the favourite to get voted on to do trials.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So he's one of the ones I know because he's a presenter on BBC Radio 1. which was my go-to radio show when I was driving to and from work pre-COVID. He wouldn't always present when I was listening, but, you know, you would hear things from him, bits and bobs, so on and so forth. The second person I know, Vernon Kay. Who doesn't know Vernon Kay in the UK?
Family Fortunes.
Good old Family Fortunes. He's a massive game show host, and he's really good at his job. And then the third and final person, who will be known internationally for being one of the all-time greatest marathon runners and just runner in general.
Let me answer this one.
Go on.
Giovanna Fletcher.
Yes, exactly.
No,
Mo Farah. Mo Farah. Who is a massive name across the world, because he's a really, really, really good runner, setting plenty of world records and such, and promoter of corn. So those are the only three names I really know.
Try my new corn mince. That's all I ever remember from that.
Yeah, no, I hear that as well. And even if you can't do the impression, you know exactly what it sounds like in your head.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other people that I just briefly know, like I said, G. Fletcher. She is the wife of Tom Fletcher. But then there's the rest, like soap stars. I don't watch soaps. I don't know who they are.
Who is G?
Wife of Tom Fletcher.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I recognized her, but I didn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, yeah, same here. Like, I knew of her, but I don't know what she does as a person.
There's one lady, I think it's Victoria Derbyshire.
Derbyshire, yeah.
Yeah, she I recognized her, but...
She's a journalist, right?
She does BBC News.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Again, that's another name that I would recognize, but I still don't know her well enough.
You recognize her by face, but not by name.
Exactly. Or you'd recognise her name, but not by face, but you never connect the two.
Yes.
Until now.
Yes. Shane Ritchie, I knew of him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Didn't know his name, but I knew his face.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Aye. But,
so yeah, that's back on, and it's a really fun watch.
It's been alright so far. You know what, though? I think the episodes, they've been making shorter?
No, it's usually about the length it is. It's usually about...
Last night I looked at the times that it was meant to be on till.
It was an hour.
Yeah, but yesterday, like, I looked before online, and it was meant to be on till 9:30, 10:30 even.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, apparently, but it got pushed to 10 instead.
All right. I'm not too sure.
I'm not too sure. Today,
I thought that was normal. I thought it was always like the special episodes.
Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's not.
I thought it was always like the special episodes before they start voting. As they're coming on, and when they start voting people out, then it starts being extended because they have to interview the person as well.
It's Friday. Friday's always a long episode. I'm pretty sure.
But I think when nothing's really happening, like they don't vote people out this early on, and it's not like people are coming in, then it's not really special. So I'm pretty sure this is normal, but it just feels weird. It's nice to see them going in the castle and everything. I mean, it's Wales. It's not as exciting as Australia. But I think they'll do a good job. I think, like, so far I'm enjoying it. It's giving me the same I'm a celeb vibes, even when they're not. Even when they're not in the jungle, like the castle is still giving me the same vibes, and they got that community feel.
Could this mean that they're not going to go back to Australia from next year if it's safe to? Nah,
I don't reckon so. Australia is kind of like the main selling point.
Exactly, but if people enjoy it enough, they could try different locations.
Or they'll just do two. I'm a Celeb Castle edition. I'm a Celeb Get Me Out of Here standard edition.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see though. It's all very new.
I was chuckling a minute ago because I was going through the TV guide, and I was just curious, like what's on, like what time it's on throughout the week, and it's around. It's either an hour or an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, or whatever. Generally, which is the usual length. But I got to Monday next week at 9 PM, and it's on at 9, obviously. And just underneath it on Channel 4, is COVID racist?
What?
Yeah,
that's a TV show?
Yep, cannot wait to watch that.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna send you a screenshot, Fraser. Because
What does the description say?
Well, let me read it out to you.
Go on then.
A&E medic Dr. Ronk sets out to understand why so many NHS colleagues who died from coronavirus came from black, Asian and minority ethnic groups, featuring stories of frontline workers who have lost their lives.
Oh, see, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it was just such
as
a
a
weird thing
title,
to see.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit odd to see as a title.
What a title.
But as description, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Back on Time and Celeb quick.
Yeah.
Who are you currently wanting to win?
Oh, I don't know. See, I think my prediction at the start, like, I'm warming up to the people that I know. See, I was kind of like, hopefully kind of rooting for Jordan North, but after seeing his play so far, I don't know if he would win.
It's either people are going to get annoyed of him or they're going to love him. It's like a Joey Essex all over again, where he was doing every trial, remember?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I would like to see Jordan win, but I don't think he will. But it's just some gut feeling at the moment, which is saying Vernon Kay.
Right.
And I don't know why. Because it's not like he's done a massive amount at the moment, but he's taken charge where he needs to. Yeah, he's still being friendly. He just seems like a fatherly figure. And it seems to be the fatherly and motherly figures, either one of them wins.
Aye.
So I just feel like Vernon at the moment is kind of filling the boots.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, you know, it's always a curveball. You never know who is going to win.
Yeah. Could get.
But I think it's one of those. One of those two. Who do you reckon?
I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Who do you want to?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I was thinking originally, first episode, it's always whoever's the loudest and most trying to make everyone laugh is usually the one that gets through quite far.
Right, yeah.
And in the first episode, it was Shane.
Yep.
Last episode, it was Shane and Jordan.
Yep.
So they seem to be the two that I'm seeing will probably go quite far in this at the moment. And I guess it depends if people like. I saw there was. I had a chat with one of my friends. They were going on about. They've just joined a Mo Farah to win Facebook group.
Oh my god!
And apparently there was quite a few thousand people in there. So
interesting.
It could be Mo Farah, but I don't know.
We'll see. We shall see.
Time will tell in 3 weeks. We will let you know in 3 weeks' time.
Anyway,
that's weird, isn't it? Because we only have to do 3 of these episodes to
and then we announce the winner. Yeah,
results. Yeah, that's mad. If you want to watch that though, ITV, usually on about 9 o'clock. Sometimes a bit earlier, sometimes a bit later, but only about like 15 minutes usually either side.
And if you're in another country, I'm sure there's a way to watch it.
Oh yeah. You know, VPN.
I mean, our friend from Australia, who used to live in the UK, is currently watching it. So big up, Lauren.
I think she's on ITV's iPlayer live one using like her family's postcode.
Makes sense.
Because I know you can do that because you're still legally that country. Aye, interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Talking of game shows and stuff, though, I've got a nice fun thing coming up this weekend.
Oh, is it weef?
No, it's not weef.
Are you sure?
Actually, it might be.
What?
Weef stands for Weaponized Electric Eel Fighting.
Oh, I've done that before.
Oh, yeah, how'd it go?
Yeah, it went alright. We had the eel, you know.
Had the electric.
Gave him a sword, electrocuted him, then he had fun fighting.
Stupid idiot. Oh dear. No, there's this There's this game show which people might recognise from YouTube, from the old times, called...
Weef.
No.
Is it called Tom and Jerry?
No, it's not called Tom and Jerry, but we're coming on to that in a moment.
Go on.
It's called the Knox Squad Game Show, which is...
Weef.
No! Which is the successor to the Knox Crew Game Show. Now, as many people in the Minecraft YouTube community have seen, and just in streaming in general, Minecraft Championship is the big game show that's on at the moment, and that's ran by the Knox Crew. Now, when Knox Crew shifted their focus to that, they handed over the reins of the Knox Crew game show to a studios called Rasa Studios. And they basically have the map, they've got the assets, they've got the pack, they've got the server, they've got the everything. And now they host the Knox Squad game show. As part of a Minecraft convention that's coming up this weekend called CubedCon, they've invited me and 2 other guests to go against 3 of their staff head-to-head in the Knox Squad game show. And to me, that's super exciting. Because I loved watching the Knox Crew game show.
It's a good thing to watch in the past.
It was so good. I remember watching Martin in the Littlewoods.
Yeah, Martin's team with
his perspective.
Like Lewis and...
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, what was the other guy's name? Behind the bead, isn't it?
Ibuse and Ilubes.
That's it.
Those 2, yeah. One of them was Lewis and the other one was, I think it was Henry?
That's it, Henry and Lewis. Lewis and Henry.
Lewis and Henry. I'm pretty sure that was it anyway.
I think that's right.
They went up. Oh no, they were the commentators, weren't they? Johnny Smooth and Bobby Groove or something like that.
Oh yeah. So, who did you play with then?
I can't remember. Anyway, I just remember Martin Littlewood and watching his perspective, and I was always like, "Oh my god, I'd love to do that one day. I'd love to do that one day." And then we all got our first glimpse of it at Insomnia.
Yeah,
because the Knox Crew used to bring their Knox Crew game show to Insomnia, and you could play like a game of it against a bunch of other random people who also went to Insomnia, and that was fun. I think they also did a few of their smaller, unrelated game shows as part of their... What server did they have? They had a server at one point, didn't they?
They did. It was, I think it was just called the Knox Crew server or something, to be fair.
Possibly. It definitely... Was it Knox Crew Factory?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, so they had that, and then you could play some of the games. Now, I've never, ever competed properly in one of their game shows, and now I finally got the chance. And if you told 2015 me that this was happening, 2015 me would be fucking ecstatic. I mean, I'm ecstatic as it is. I'm so excited for it. But 2015 me would be like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Because I loved it. I loved it to bits. You watched it as well.
Oh, I watched it, yeah.
Do you remember all of the game modes and stuff as well? Like there's Bubble Bath.
I don't
being
remember
one
all
of them.
of them, but I know we've played a few of them. So
yeah,
I'd recognise seeing them if we looked at them again.
Yeah.
But I will definitely tune in to watch you compete in that, though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So it's happening on Sunday. So this Sunday, the one coming up, I can't remember what the date is. Is it 22nd? 22nd, that's it. Sunday, the 22nd of November, 2020, if you're watching in the future. And I think the entire game show starts at about 1 p.m. GMT. And it will last for 2 or 3 hours, something like that. So that'll be my replacement video for the day. There won't be any video that day. It'll just be that stream. But I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to play. I know I've said that so many times, but I really cannot wait to play. It's going to be so fun.
I'm looking forward to watching it, buddy.
So tune in over on the FraserIRL YouTube channel at about 1 p.m. GMT, where I shall be live and competing.
And if you want to know what time that is elsewhere, I think that's 11 p.m. Australia.
Thank you, Kai. Take away 5 hours from that for East Coast America. So I think that's
6
about
6 hours for Central.
8 a.m. for East Coast, and then 5 a.m. for Pacific. So
and then if you're in Central as well, Fraser, can't forget Central.
Well, we know that time's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't remember which way round it is. Is it Pacific, then Mountain, then Central? than Eastern.
I didn't even know Mountain exists.
Yeah, not many use Mountain, but there's Pacific, Central, Mountain, and Eastern. But I can't remember if it's Pacific, Mountain, Central, or Eastern. I can't remember the order of the middle two.
I know that Texas is Central.
That doesn't help me. I don't know. If you're an American, tweet us at Stuck in a Podcast. Thank you. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Come and root for me. You've introduced me to something that's happening soon. You told me just before this stream. Have a look for this on Twitter.
Yeah. Have a look for...
Don't
Black
you dare
Friday!
say weef. Okay, thank God. I thought you were going to say weef.
Nah, Black Friday, Fraser. Nah.
That's not what you said, but...
Too early for Black Friday. We'll talk about that next week.
Yes, exactly. Well, hopefully I would have bought some nice things.
Well, it wouldn't be Black Friday until Friday next week, so... I don't know if you would have yet.
That's true.
No, new Tom and Jerry film. I didn't even know they were making a new Tom and Jerry film, but they've said they have made a new one. They've put a trailer out, and it's got very classic Tom and Jerry vibes to it. You know.
Yeah.
I saw they've got what's her name? Chloe Grace Martinez. I think that's her name. She's in it. I'm gonna check. Yeah, Mortez. Alright. I don't know. I don't know. I only know her from I've seen her in a few shows, but she plays a character in it. By the looks of it, she's gonna be Tom and Jerry's best friend.
Nice.
I'm not very good at explaining things like this sometimes.
See, this is why I put you on the spot.
Yeah, thanks. New Tom and Jerry film, classic sort of real life meets animation sort of style. It's weird though because all the animals seem to be animated in it.
It makes sense.
It does make sense. Like they showed that there's some elephants in it with people animated, which obviously would make sense too. I feel like the one thing they need to fix realistically before they release the film is some of the colour seems off. I don't know if that's the same to you, but
I don't know.
It definitely seems like it's slightly off colour-wise.
The trailer looked fine to me. Like, it's what I'd expect. It's
Oh yeah.
Like, do you remember when they did live action Looney Tunes?
Yes, that was really good.
With Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
And it was like there was Roadrunner, there was Bugs, and there was Daffy. Why am I saying Daffy? No, it's
Daffy.
It is Daffy, isn't it?
Daffy Duck.
I think it's because I'm mixing it with Donald Duck and all of that. Yeah, Daffy. And they were all... I think that was about like a 2002 movie or something now. That was ages ago. Anyway, it's like that. It gives me the exact same vibes as that. Like the colours for that, the style of the... how it's portrayed, like with the sparks coming off of the electric pylon when I think Jerry cut that in the trailer. That all
like
gave me...
Tom's head going red as well. You know?
Exactly. It gave me those vibes. It was exactly what I was expecting. So I don't quite see what you mean by the colour being off, but I wasn't paying massive amount of attention.
I'm re-looking at it now. It seems okay. I think I might have just not looked at it properly. I think in some places it seems like slightly off, but obviously this is only a trailer.
Was it because you were so happy that you were watching it, you were crying, and through your tears you were still trying to watch it?
Yeah, and then I actually just stuck a big sheet in front of my eyes as well.
I know how much of a big fan you are. See, you were social distancing from the movie. You didn't want your corona-infected tears to go and spill on Tom and Jerry and have the movie
you
cancelled.
say I've got coronavirus?
I don't know, you might.
I haven't left the house in literally a week.
Yeah, well, your dog has.
Actually, that's true. We've gone for a walk, but I have not seen a single person whilst I've been for a walk because I've been going.
Yeah. See, well, you could have caught it from the boogie monster or whatever.
Oogie boogie.
Oogie boogie.
That's another thing. The aroma smells. You know.
The aroma smells.
So like in the trailer, there's like classic trails of food smells.
Yes, the scent trails.
Yeah,
so when Jerry can smell the cheese from a mile off and then makes his way to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was spot on to me. It did look weird. Weird. If you're on about that being weird, it did look a bit weird. But I feel like is needed.
Very, very certain things that look a bit off, but I think it generally looks fine.
I think that needed to be like a white cartoony trail. Because I know they did that in the cartoons before, like, you know, how the clouds look.
Yeah.
It needs to have like that sort of look instead. But then again, I guess maybe that could look strange based on the environment he's in, going through a hotel or outside or wherever it was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm excited for it.
Me too. I had the trailer on in the background, so that's why I like started mentioning random things. And I just saw like even parts, very classic small details that you'd probably remember from the show, where he like moves the mouse hole.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
That
really
was
stands
so
out
good.
as well. I like it. It's very good. It's very good. I'm looking forward to watching it. You know what? I actually watched the Sonic film the other week.
Oh yeah, how was it?
I watched it on Halloween night. It was actually really good. It was really good.
That's a nice surprise.
I definitely think if you want to watch it, go watch it, because it was actually pleasantly nice to watch.
I'm glad it was pleasantly nice.
It was very good. It was very good. And obviously, Jim Carrey does an amazing,
of course,
Dr. Eggman or Robotnik.
He's a really good actor.
He is. He's one actor that really gets into part like straight away.
Regardless of his character.
Oh yeah, he always wants to play the fun characters though, you know, the ones that have got like their own story to tell as well. For example, like the Grinch.
Yes.
But I saw he said in an interview that he sometimes gets too into character to the point where he will be in that character for like a week or two before they start
The Mask.
Oh yeah, 100% Mask.
He was so good in The Mask.
Such
an old film.
He is a great actor
good.
though. So very nice. And I will now shut up because we have reached the 45-minute mark almost.
Oh, that's gone so fast.
That means?
That means I'm getting organised.
No.
Oh.
It means. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Weef. Oh dear, I'm glad that we can do that and we just know what we're going to say.
It's good.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit organised lately anyway. It's not a massive deal, but I've been going through my computer. I've cleaned out all the old podcast files because I never deleted a single one since we started a whole 15 months ago.
That would have been a big file size.
Yeah, oh my god, it was loads. There was bloody loads of them.
So you just freed up like, you know, probably 15 to 20 gigabytes of storage.
Oh, it was about 100 for the podcast.
100 gigabytes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you messaged me, didn't you?
Yeah, and you ignored me.
You know what? I didn't ignore you. I just didn't see the messages.
Fair enough.
I haven't been on my computer as much the last couple of days.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've deleted, I think about 100 gigs of it was the podcast, and then I went and deleted a bunch of old, like, cached Premiere Pro video editing files.
Yep.
Deleted a bunch of old videos as well that I just didn't need anymore. Compressed a bunch of other ones and offloaded them elsewhere. All in all, I've saved about... Hold on, let me just check now. So when I started, I had 320 gigs free.
Yep.
Which is still fine. Like, that's not low at all. And now, once I finished, now I've got 687 gigs free.
Very nice, sir.
I also cleaned out a good, like, 100 or 200 gigs on another drive as well. For storage purposes, so I'm slowly but surely working my way through and deleting what I don't need anymore. And as well as that, I've organised my room a little bit. I say a little bit because I've barely done it, but I've, you know what? That's
one really good thing to do. If anyone out there is having like a rough, like time, day, week, whatever, try and tidy your room because it makes such a difference.
It sounds stupid, but it does make a difference. Like I want to make it.
It makes you motivated a bit more.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I'm motivated to clear more things out. Like, by the end of the week, I want to have properly organised the stuff that remains in my room. Like, this is just a pile in the corner now. Like, I'm moving stuff into the corner so we can get in and out and it's nice and clear. I want to get that sorted. And next week, hopefully, if there's good Black Friday sales, I want to get, like, a double bed. I want to get the mattress sorted. I saw an ad on TV today. Oh, my God, they're bloody listening to me. I haven't seen an ad for mattresses in ages. Today, get your mattress today! 45% off Black Friday sales! I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
they're listening.
That's what happens.
No,
That is
listening.
what happens.
Haven't seen ads for mattresses in ages. Anyway, yeah, so it's just so nice getting things nice and clean, getting your space back again, because it's one big thing to tick off your list, and you do feel really satisfied once it's done.
Oh,
It's
for
like
sure.
empty room, empty head.
For sure. Like, it's the one thing that really, like my room tends to get proper messy after a PO box video, for example.
Yeah.
And like my desk starts to pile up. But the other week I full on just cleared everything. I've sealed up all the cracks in my wall, like towards my computer, so I've got no more dust flying down from when it's windy.
Yep.
And like I cleared my desk completely, both of them. Tidied the background more, hoovered, just general small things. Even like if you do small bits over days, it really just makes you feel so much better about your space, and
Definitely.
it motivates you to do things. Like I'm definitely motivated to actually spend a bit more time here at the moment.
Yeah.
There's not really like much you can do either, so it does really help. So tidy your room if you can. Make yourself a bit more motivated.
Everything's so much nicer when you don't get told to do it and you just decide to do it.
Yeah.
It's like when you're
Yeah.
younger. Fraser, go clean your room. No. Me. I might clean my room now. Yes. I should have split that up. Because that just sounds like such a weird sentence.
That was a very weird sentence.
It's Fraser, go clean your room. No. Versus, I might clean my room. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm motivated for this.
Yeah. It definitely helps. Anyway, I think that is all for this week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much, every single one of you, for listening to this week's episode of...
Help! I'm stuck in a podcast!
If you enjoyed, please be sure to give us a little like here on Spotify.
There ain't any likes.
You can like, can't you?
No, you can't like.
Oh.
You can add it to your favourites, but it doesn't like
Add it to your favourites. Add it to a playlist. Why not? Add it to your favourite playlist.
Follow us.
No. Add it to your playlist. Don't even bother following us. Just add it to your favourite playlist. Like, add it to a public playlist so that whenever someone comes and finds, like, 2017 countdown music, we'll get this in the middle of it.
Okay.
Can you imagine, like, da 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 da. Hello and
Weef.
welcome to this week's episode of. And then
Oh,
after the
dear.
episode, da 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 da, and then we get like 2 years back from, or like a year back when we first started this. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of. Just in the middle of like their songs. That'd be great. Shall I shut up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a follow here on Spotify. We do upload, like I said, every Wednesday. Don't bother adding it to your playlists. There's no point doing that. Just make someone angry, probably your parents.
My parents get really angry when I do that.
Yeah, it's quite sad to be honest. Be sure to follow us on our Twitters as well, at Stuck in a Podcast, and also our personal ones. Fraser's is FraserIRL, and mine is at Kai Ross-Best. You can follow us on YouTube as well, subscribe to us there. Same for both, except mine is without an S. And Instagram, always good too.
What, you Kai Ross-Best? Kai Ross-Bet?
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
Kai Robert. Cool.
That's about it.
Yeah, thanks, and have good day.
And don't forget, weef.
Weef.
Bitch.
Bitch weef.
Bitch weef.